But only I know their hearts are twisted to the extreme. Each of them is a yander to the core. One Liu Ryan is already enough to give me a headache. Yet there are 8 more like her. What if all 9 of them were together? I dare not even imagine what might happen. It would probably be chaotic, wouldn't it? Just then, my phone buzzed with a message. On it was Chuseki's frantic screen flooding. Shen Shachu, are you asleep? Shen Shushin, why are you ignoring me? Shen Jiekyu, are you dead? Shen Ya, when are you getting cremated? I could only feel irritated. What time is it for you to be wailing like this? Besides, I've told you, between us, there should be no further entanglements. As the message was sent, a line appeared on the phone. The other party is typing ... disappearing and reappearing repeatedly. After a while, the message came through. Do you hate me that much? I could almost feel her grievance through the screen. But I continued. Getting close to me will be very dangerous for you. I wasn't lying to her. With Liu Ryan as an unpredictable variable, I felt uneasy all over, constantly sensing those cold, dark eyes watching me from the shadows. If she knew about Chuseki's existence, I can't even imagine what consequences would ensue. I would probably be better off dead. In the pink room on the other side, Chuseki's white feet were kicking around outside the quilt. Clearly, she hates herself. Finding such a ridiculous excuse. Shen Ya, this lady has decided never to talk to you again. HMPH. Seeing this, I was overjoyed. Deal. If I ever talk to you again, I'll be a puppy. HMPH. She turned off her phone and curled up under the quilt, tossing and turning for a while, feeling like there were ants crawling in her heart. Finally, she opened her phone again, pouting as she typed to words. Good night. Then her little face nervously reassured herself. This is the last time. Really, the last time. Unbeknownst to her, I was already fast asleep on the other side. As the sun rose the next day, it should have been a beautiful time of the day. But I felt completely uncomfortable. In my groggy state, it felt like something was pressing on me. Sleep paralysis? That was my first thought. But then I thought, no, that can't be right. Although the heavenly Tao restricted my cultivation, I am still at the nascent soul stage. What ghost would dare press on me? And there seemed to be a moist feeling near my ear. I don't think there's a dog in the house either. Suddenly, I seemed to realize something and quickly opened my eyes. Sir, you're awake. Liu Ryan's eyes were filled with rosy affection. Are you out of your mind? I sat up abruptly, pushing her off me. Liu Ryan smiled sweetly and said, Why is Sir so fierce? Aren't you suppressed by the heavenly Tao? When did you get here? I suddenly felt my head throbbing. What? Does Sir not want Ryan to be here? Liu Ryan squinted her eyes and smiled. Immediately, I sensed a dangerous aura surrounding me. My heart skipped a beat, and I quickly denied. No, I was just simply asking when you arrived. Liu Ryan's exquisite face moved within 3 inches of mine. Is Sir afraid? Afraid that Ryan might eat you? Her warm breath brushed against my face. A finger traced circles on my chest. You still know I am your sir. What kind of student behaves like you? Seeing her getting more and more brazen, I had to put on a stern face. Though inside, I was extremely nervous. I couldn't beat Liu Ryan. If this girl really went crazy, I wouldn't be able to stop her. After a while, Liu Ryan stood up with a smile. The heavenly Tao's suppression on me is true. But as long as I temporarily suppress my cultivation, I can stay here for a long time. As for when Ryan arrived, of course, it was when Sir fell asleep. Hearing this, I was shocked. I didn't notice at all. What level are you suppressed to? I couldn't help but ask out of curiosity. Although Ryan's cultivation is suppressed, you still can't beat me 100. So, sir, it's best not to have any strange ideas, okay? I chuckled awkwardly, not saying a word, but inwardly I was complaining. It should be me worrying about you having strange ideas. Sir, do you really not want to go home with Ryan? Liu Ryan asked seriously, her small face earnest. I couldn't help but smile bitterly. Ryan, this is where Sir's real home is. What about Ryan? Didn't Sir promise to give Ryan a home? Does that not count anymore? Seeing the tears welling up in her eyes, I fell silent. I still remember the happiness that almost overflowed from her heart when she knew she could have a home with me. Unfortunately, both homes shattered in Liu Ryan's heart. Even I thought it was all just a fleeting dream. At the moment of return, it would all turn into bubbles and disappear. But I didn't expect Liu Ryan to cross the heavenly star domains to find me again. Even though I didn't want Liu Ryan to be here, I couldn't bring myself to say anything harsh. From now on, this is your home. From another perspective, Liu Ryan just longed for a warm and stable home. Hearing this, Liu Ryan buried her head in my chest, her voice slightly choked. Sir, you are not allowed to lie to Ryan anymore. Where Ryan is doesn't matter. Where the home is doesn't matter. What matters is that Ryan wants Sir's companionship. A home with Sir is what makes it a home. Sir won't lie to you this time. My voice softened unconsciously as I spoke gently. Of course, if Sir lies to Ryan again, Ryan will have to kill everyone and takes her to a planet where only the two of us exist, imprisoning you for life. In the next second, Liu Ryan's demeanor turned icy. A chill ran down my spine instantly. I almost forgot she was no longer that innocent little girl. I quickly assured her earnestly, never, Sir will never lie to you again. Liu Ryan's frown immediately turned into a smile. She extended her pinky finger. Then Sir and Ryan should link pinkies and swear for 100 years. I was stunned. Where did you learn this from? Liu Ryan proudly raised her little head. Ryan has learned all about the culture of your world. Ryan also knows this is a mobile phone. She picked up my phone with her other hand. I thought to myself, of course. With Liu Ryan's level of cultivation, learning a culture is effortless. Helplessly, I extended my pinky to hook hers. Sir doesn't oppose you coming here, but Sir needs to set 3 rules with you. I looked at the joyful Liu Ryan, hesitating for a moment. If I don't set some boundaries, who knows what this little girl might do when she goes crazy? If you don't agree, then don't come looking for Sir anymore. Afraid she might not agree, I added stubbornly. But Liu Ryan agreed without even thinking. As long as Sir can stay by Ryan's side, even if it's 10 rules instead of 3, Ryan will agree. Moreover, whatever Sir wants to do to Ryan, Ryan will consent. So, Sir, what do you want to do? Liu Ryan grinned mischievously and leaned in closer again. I pushed her away coldly, my face darkening. Liu Ryan, listen to the main points. Liu Ryan immediately sat on the bed like an obedient child. I sighed helplessly. First, no killing people randomly. Second, whatever you want to do, you must ask my opinion first. Third, do not reveal your true strength. Hearing this, Liu Ryan's face immediately scrunched up. What if Ryan meets someone she hates? Can she kill them? As expected, this girl's tendency to kill runs deep. I felt somewhat helpless about this. In her first life, she became an emperor by killing billions. For Liu Ryan, killing is as common as eating. Moreover, no one could stop her. Then you need my permission before killing anyone. If I say you can kill, only then can you act. Liu Ryan nodded at this. Ha! At the phone in Liu Ryan's hip, a message popped. Chusiki, good morning. You big dummy Jiekyu. Liu Ryan looked at the line of text, and a murderous aura instantly appeared in her eyes. Then she clicked on Chusiki's avatar. The girl in the photo was youthful and beautiful, wearing an elegant dress. Her charming smile seemed to outshine the scenery behind her. I suddenly felt the temperature in the room drop. An extreme chill enveloped her. Seeing Liu Ryan's murderous gaze fixed on the screen, I was instantly alarmed. Damn it! I quickly snatched the phone to see. Sure enough, Chusiki's message had just arrived. I stiffly reached out and rejected Chusiki. Ahem. Ryan, you probably haven't eaten the food here yet. I'll go cook for you. I coughed, trying to change the topic, but the next second, Liu Ryan's cold, emotionless voice came. What is her relationship with Sir? I fidgeted and replied. She is Sir's classmate. There is no other relationship. Liu Ryan sensed I wasn't lying. Since there's no relationship, then can Ryan kill her? Hearing this, I jumped out of bed immediately. No! You can't kill people randomly, but the murderous intent in Liu Ryan's dark eyes didn't diminish at all. Seeing this, I had to comfort her earnestly. She is not a bad person. After all, she is Sir's classmate. Sir just wants to live peacefully here. Your actions will only cause trouble for him. After all, this is our home, isn't it? It seemed that the last sentence moved Liu Ryan. The murderous intent in her eyes gradually faded away. After a while, Liu Ryan's small mouth was full. Her eyes squinted into crescent shapes. Sir! Ryan is really starting to like this world more and more. In her world, she never had something like cream cake. As long as Ryan likes it, it's good. I smiled upon hearing this. Liu Ryan's way of eating still looked as cute as when she was a child. However, the next moment, my phone started vibrating crazily. I glanced at it but didn't dare to open it. Liu Ryan looked over with a deep gaze. Sir, aren't you going to check it? Being looked at like this, I felt a bit guilty. I forced a smile and immediately opened the message. The class group chat was already in chaos. Su Young had called for help 800 times. Then he sent a video. The camera was shaking and pointed out the window. A gigantic creature covered in scales appeared in the video. Even through the video, the powerful aura was palpable. Sir, what's wrong? Liu Ryan could tell something was wrong from my expression. My classmate is trapped by a monster. Stay at home, I'll go alone. Ryan wants to go too. The monsters here are too weak. Let me handle it. Liu Ryan's small face immediately lit up with excitement. You are not allowed to go. Stay at home and wait for me. I refused sternly. Letting her handle it would be worse than dealing with the monsters. Liu Ryan pouted in displeasure. Then be careful, sir. However, what I didn't expect was, after I left, Liu Ryan followed stealthily with a sly look. When I arrived at the scene, the Mingyu Bureau, responsible for the city's safety, was already there. At this moment, in the clouds above, Liu Ryan's figure was hidden. She intended to follow my words and not intervene. But she suddenly found watching Sir's every move from the shadows gave her an inexplicable thrill. At this time, the only golden core cultivator in Su district, Su Changkong, was confronting a man and a beast. Master Su, what will you choose next? The man in the black robe taunted. There are still 300 citizens inside Ningfang building. Hearing this, Su Changkong's face changed. What do you want? Master Su, you are indeed a smart person. Hand over the Zhuan Pearl of Tao and we will leave immediately. Possible. You are dreaming if you think you can gain Tao Wu's power. The next moment, the two sides started fighting. In a flash, I appeared outside the building. The interior of the building was already in chaos. Several men in black robes appeared out of nowhere, killing anyone they saw with extreme cruelty. However, just as I had cleared the black-robed men from the building, a thunderous boom erupted in the distant sky. Familiar aura touched my senses. I quickly headed in that direction. In a dim alley, the members of the Tialuo organization, who had just stolen the Zhuan Pearl of Tao, watched a woman in black with great vigilance. Who are you? Who I am is not important. What matters is that in your next life, don't upset my master. The next moment, terrifying black lightning enveloped everyone. The young man's face changed drastically. At that moment, he felt utterly insignificant. Facing the countless bolts of lightning, there was nowhere to hide. This destructive power instantly shattered everything. The abandoned factory crumbled like tofu in an instant, just when the young man thought he was doomed. A large hand pulled him out of the terrifying lightning. Holding the young man, I landed beside Liu Ryan, frowning and said, "Didn't I tell you to wait obediently at home?" "Sir, Ryan can't stay alone at home." Liu Ryan, seeing my cold gaze, immediately began to act coy. The young man was filled with fear. "Who exactly are you?" But he received no response. I directly extended my consciousness to begin soul-searching. In no time, I saw in the young man's memory a man sitting on a throne made of beast bones. If I guessed correctly, this is the master of the Tialuo organization. The next moment, a gaze fell upon me. The man on the beast bone throne opened his eyes. His blood-red eyes were filled with violent intent. Our gazes seemed to be miles apart, yet also incredibly close. Sioux City is not a place you can taint. Otherwise, no matter where you are, I will kill you. Facing the man's direct stare, I warned coldly. The man's blood-red eyes held a deep meaning. As he looked at me and then closed his eyes, exiting the young man's mind, I felt a hint of surprise. This person could discover my presence through memory. It seems that Blue Star is indeed full of hidden talents. I then took a green pearl from the young man. This is the true blood of the ancient fierce beast Tao. It's not as powerful as my little blackie. Liu Ryan looked at the Zhuan Pearl of Tao with disdain. I was slightly embarrassed. After all, the blackie she raised is a heavenly winged tiger clan member in the Great Ascension stage. Naturally, the true blood of Tao Wu cannot compare. However, if it were Tao Wu's true form, that might be different. At this moment, a figure rapidly approached from the sky. Feeling the overwhelming pressure, he bowed. "Thank you both for intercepting the Zhuan Pearl of Tao for Mingyu Bureau. This contribution will surely be reported to the higher-ups." Su Changkong's words did not directly demand the Zhuan Pearl of Tao, but rather hinted at his intention. However, if the other party did not give it to him, he would have no choice but to swallow his anger. "This thing is of no use to me," so I will return it to you. I tossed the pearl and left with Liu Ryan. Seeing this, Su Changkong let out a long breath. The pride he usually felt now made him feel like a tiny ant facing a giant elephant. His heart was filled with a sense of powerless despair. Elsewhere in the Mingyu Bureau, Suman watched the surveillance, shocked. This figure looks so much like the person in the rainstorm surveillance from last night. The next moment, Su Changkong's voice came through. Since he does not want others to know, do not disturb him. By now, night had fallen. I returned to my residence with Liu Ryan. Although I handled some troubles today, there is still one more headache. Liu Ryan, how old are you? Don't you have your own room? I glared furiously at my first disciple, Liu Ryan, who had crawled into my bed. Ryan will always be the little girl by Sir's side. Liu Ryan buried her head in my chest, acting coy. Get out! No! I felt like my head was going to explode. But just as I was about to get up and switch rooms, I realized I was being controlled by Liu Ryan. Liu Ryan, what exactly do you want? I am getting angry. Helpless, I had to put on the demeanor of a strict teacher again. Ryan can only sleep soundly while hugging Sir. Does Sir think Ryan is a bad woman? Liu Ryan raised her aggrieved face, almost in tears. Seeing her blatant lies, I couldn't help but laugh angrily. You, an emperor, lack a sense of security, and I'm supposed to have it, right? Meanwhile, in the vast, boundless starry domain, this is the 138th planet we've visited. Are you reliable or not? Qin Hongyi frowned in dissatisfaction. You wretched woman, now you know how to be anxious. When you had the chance, you didn't cherish it. Now, do you regret it? Yan Zhuanshai sneered coldly. How dare you? Qin Hongyi's beautiful eyes were filled with anger. This wasn't the first time she was called a wretched woman. Am I wrong? Do you think I don't want to find the young master? Yan Zhuanshai continued. He is my master, not your young master. You shameless woman. You don't even dare show your face to others. Qin Hongyi's entire body exuded a murderous aura, arguing like a little girl fighting over a toy. My appearance is only for the young master to see. How can a wretched woman like you see it? Young master, where are you? I long to see you again. Yan Zhuanshi's body writhed involuntarily. Seeing Yan Zhuanshi's little movements, Qin Hongyi could no longer hold back. In her hand, a cold fragrance burst forth. The terrifying sword intent descended like a dark cloud. On the other side, I lay on the bed, devoid of any will to live. Liu Ryan, like an octopus, clung tightly to me. The power of a superior being suppressed me, making it impossible to move. Tilde, sir. You smell so good. Liu Ryan blinked her eyes and smiled lightly. Liu Ryan, have you hugged enough? It's already dawn. Let me get up, will you? Not enough, it's never enough. Ryan just wants to hold you forever. Facing Liu Ryan's infatuated gaze, I felt a mix of emotions. I avoided Liu Ryan's gaze. But the next moment, a pair of small hands pulled my head back. I felt like a lamb waiting to be slaughtered, internally screaming in frustration about how things turned out this way. In the blink of an eye, 3 days had passed. Sir, Ryan has to leave for a while. Liu Ryan pouted unhappily. Hearing this, I felt immense joy inside, but maintained a calm expression and said, Is it because of the rejection by the heavenly Tao? Sir, the heavenly Tao of this world is recovering quickly, and its rejection of me is growing stronger. Coupled with my last intervention, I clearly feel that I must leave immediately. Liu Ryan lay sprawled out on the bed, her face filled with discontent. It's okay. This will always be your home. You're welcome back anytime, I said to comfort the annoyed Liu Ryan. Her departure is actually a good thing for me. I can't watch her all the time. Who knows what she might do? Sir, you're the best. Hearing this, Liu Ryan immediately smiled and hugged me from behind. After comforting her, I went out. At that moment, even the air felt sweet. However, after I left, Liu Ryan smiled slyly, and then quietly followed behind me. I returned to the classroom, but as soon as I sat down, I noticed that in the front row, Chuseki was glaring at me viciously. Su Young, who had been chattering in my ear, immediately shut his mouth. His dark face had a pair of curious little eyes. I pretended not to see Chuseki's furious expression and avoided her gaze again. Seeing my behavior, Chuseki became even angrier. What's the matter? Why are you ignoring me? Chuseki's eyes turned red and she looked a bit aggrieved. She had sent so many messages to someone, but received no reply at all. Even after returning to the classroom, he didn't intend to talk to her. Didn't we agree? A promise is a promise, I said with a puzzled look. Chuseki was taken aback. But then she remembered last time. She said she would never speak to Shen Shukyu again. And that annoying guy had replied with a "is a promise," and then never talked to her again. Chuseki revealed her cute little tiger teeth, wishing she could bite him hard. But just as she was about to say something, the class erupted in cheers. Looking back, she saw at the classroom door stood a young man in black. An extraordinarily beautiful face, like a cold moon fallen to the mortal world. Which class are you from, beauty? Who are you looking for? Can I get your contact information? The boys in the class were all excited. But Liu Ryan ignored their flirting and then looked at me. Immediately, she smiled and walked over cheerfully. So this is where Sir goes to school. Why are you here? I asked, my expression a bit stunned. Because Ryan missed you. Liu Ryan blinked her playful eyes. Chuseki, listening to the conversation, felt her beautiful eyes dim a little. So that's why he ignored me. She looked at the exquisitely beautiful woman in front of her and had to admit she was truly beautiful. Chuseki had always been very confident in her own appearance. But today, seeing this girl who suddenly appeared, she felt defeated for the first time. At that moment, Chuseki noticed the girl's eyes turned towards her. She felt a sudden tension in her heart, and the air around her became colder. Not sure if it was her imagination, she saw a trace of killing intent in the black eyes of the girl in front of her. A chill pierced her heart. Chuseki felt that her body might shatter into countless pieces the next moment, seeing the icy killing intent emanating from Liu Ryan. I became nervous, ready to intervene and save Chuseki at any moment. You must be Chuseki. Liu Ryan's cold black eyes looked down at the powdered girl in front of her. Hearing this, Chuseki was stunned. May I ask who you are? She asked cautiously, feeling a bone-chilling coldness crossing miles to reach her. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Liu Ryan. I am Sir's student. I have seen you on the phone. Hearing this, Chuseki instantly understood. She had sent me so many messages, and the girl in front of her had seen them. Chuseki felt an awkward and ashamed feeling. It was like being caught by the original partner, as a third party, utterly humiliated. Hello, classmate. Liu Ryan's cold black eyes sized up the evasive girl in front of her. The killing intent flashed and disappeared. If you dare approach her again, I will definitely kill you. Liu Ryan transmitted her voice secretly. Her reverse scale is only sir. Whoever has designs on him, she will kill them. The reason she didn't kill Chuseki on the spot was simply to avoid causing unnecessary trouble for Sir. After all, this is Sir's home. But if the other party remains ungrateful, Liu Ryan has ways to make Chuseki disappear quietly. Chuseki's face turned pale instantly. Her beautiful eyes widened in fear. Looking at the girl in front of her, she felt an unknown terror. The other girl clearly didn't speak. So why did she hear a voice in her ear? She was almost on the verge of collapse. Only a sense of stubbornness was supporting her. Seeing the trembling Chuseki, I knew Liu Ryan must have transmitted a message to her. I sighed and transmitted a message to Liu Ryan's ear. Enough! Hearing this, Liu Ryan withdrew her cold gaze and leaned close to my ear, saying, Sir, while Ryan is away, please don't flirt with other women. A tingling heat spread in my ear. I said expressionlessly, You should leave now. Sir, you are really heartless. Liu Ryan wasn't angry. She walked to the classroom door, smiled at me, and left. Damn! She scared me to death. After Liu Ryan left, my deskmate Su Young patted his chest and said, being the closest, he could directly feel the overwhelming aura of the girl in black. It was something a girl shouldn't possess. It felt like she had killed people before. Meanwhile, in the Kunlun Mountains, 40 years ago, spiritual energy revived, and a void fissure appeared there. Whenever a monster tried to come out, Mingyu Bureau would suppress it with powerful martial arts. However, in the mountains, 10 Golden Core stage great demons were gathered. If the outside world knew, Mingyu Bureau would be shocked. The havoc caused by these Golden Core stage great demons would be catastrophic. However, at this moment, all these monsters were crawling in one direction, as if waiting for something to descend. The next moment, a whirlpool appeared in the center of the lake, and a graceful, elegant woman emerged from it. She was dressed in a luxurious palace gown, as if she had stepped out of an ancient painting. 3 years. I finally waited long enough. The graceful woman looked into the distance, her eyes reflecting the flowing water as if penetrating all things in the world. You can't escape. 3 days later, during a small gathering of Class 5, Grade 12. Why isn't Shen Shukyu here yet? Su Young, did you tell him? Someone glared at Su Young, who was playing with his phone. Oh, I forgot. Su Young scratched his head, embarrassed. Then he made a call. Shen Shukyu, hurry up. Everyone is waiting for you. Not coming. Hanging up now. Everyone's eyes turned to Chuseki, who was sitting at the main seat. The atmosphere in the private room changed instantly. Chuseki's eyelashes trembled as she forced a smile. No! I'll go notify them to serve the food. Chuseki's petite figure staggered slightly. After leaving the private room, she leaned against the wall as if all her strength had left her. Without the person she wanted to see, she had little to say at the table. Though Chuseki had never drunk alcohol before, she uncharacteristically ordered a bottle of wine. In the past, whenever she smelled alcohol on her father's body, she would pinch her nose and stay far away, but this time, she wanted to taste it. The meal was spent in a nearly oppressive atmosphere. After the banquet ended, most people left. Chusiki lay on the table, crying softly. Soo Young made a call. Chusiki is crying. You should come. But I responded indifferently. Her crying has nothing to do with me. Find someone else. Hearing this, Soo Young was at a loss for words. At that moment, the door of the private room was suddenly pushed open. Luo Hao entered with a wicked smile. My father knows Chu's father. I've come to take Chusiki home. After notifying me, Soo Young stood up. Want to fight? Luo Hao said arrogantly. Get him! I'll pay for any damage. Several henchmen rushed forward. Meanwhile, Luo Hao took the opportunity to approach Chusiki. Watching the crying girl in front of him, Luo Hao smiled slyly. Let's go, Chusiki. After tonight, you'll fall in love with me. Luo Hao chuckled. But just as he was about to touch her soft, delicate hands, a cold voice stopped everyone in their tracks. Aren't you all annoying? I appeared in front of everyone. Get him out of here, Luo Hao said coldly. The henchmen, following orders, sneered and walked towards Shinshukyu. In no time, they were all lying at my feet. Seeing me approach, Luo Hao involuntarily stepped back. What do you want? My dad is Luo Gang, you can't hit me. The next moment, a burning pain spread across his face. Get lost! Luo Hao's eyes were full of fear as he hurriedly left. The remaining classmates wisely followed suit. The private room was left with just me and Chusiki. Looking at the pitiful Chusiki, I felt helpless. I pinched my nose in disgust and helped her out. Seeing the waiter's looks outside, I thought, this is bad. Did you not pay the bill? Luckily, no one stopped us as we left. Step by step, I helped her towards a nearby Rolls-Royce. Chusiki, like a little kitten, was not behaving well. Her small hands gently played with my hair. As Eichi and Shukyu, you idiot. I responded perfunctorily. I like you. I don't like you. Give it up. I don't care. Even if you don't like me, I still like you. Chusiki suddenly got agitated and shouted, Alright, you like me? Feeling embarrassed by the stares around us, I put Chusiki in the car and left. Waking up in the middle of the night, Chusiki's heart raced. Being held in his arms feels so comforting. I wonder what it feels like to sleep in the same bed as Shinshukyu. Unconsciously, Chusiki's thoughts began to wander. She snapped back to reality and quickly said, Chusiki, what are you thinking? As for her actions tonight, Chusiki did not regret them at all. Once decided, she must go for it. Go for it! Chusiki, you are the best. You can definitely win over that big dummy Shen. Chusiki clenched her small pink fists, continuously cheering herself on. It was now early morning. Luo Hao, looking at the henchman holding beauties, was getting more and more annoyed. He decided to go out for some fresh air. Unexpectedly, as soon as he stepped out, he bumped into a cold and stunning beauty in palace attire. His originally sullen eyes brightened instantly. The beauty before him was someone he had never seen, so stunningly beautiful. Every step she took seemed to tread on Luo Hao's heart. In an instant, Luo Hao forgot all about Chusiki. His eyes were only on this captivating woman in palace attire. What thrilled Luo Hao even more was that the beauty walked straight towards him. His luck with women had finally arrived. No! This was a sea of luck. Hello! Beautiful! Which film crew are you from? Luo Hao swallowed and maintained a polite smile, asking. Tiu Shanbai stared at Luo Hao in front of her, sniffed the air, then shook her head. Luo Hao was momentarily stunned by the beauty's actions. Beautiful lady. Is there something on me? You are not him, Tiu Shanbai's soft voice replied. Hearing this, Luo Hao felt his whole body go weak, the lazy, mature voice striking deep into his soul. Beautiful lady, who are you looking for? How about exchanging contact information? My dad is Luo Gang. Luo Hao boldly took a step closer and said, That's strange. You are clearly not him. So why do you have his scent? Tiu Shanbai murmured softly. She could see the burning hope in his heart. Look into my eyes. Tiu Shanbai's enchanting voice surrounded Luo Hao's ears. Luo Hao's body trembled. He saw a vortex in her eyes. In an instant, Tiu Shanbai's mind penetrated his, and found the image she longed for in his memory. Her graceful waist trembled, and she saw the conflict between Luo Hao and me earlier. The enchanting gaze instantly turned cold, like the icy springs of hell. Tiu Shanbai locked onto Shen Shukyu's location from the memory, then withdrew and coldly looked at the dazed Luo Hao. She didn't choose to kill him. She licked her lips slightly and looked towards a certain place, saying, I'm coming. The next moment, her figure vanished instantly. Luo Hao still stood there dumbfounded, drooling continuously from his mouth. A group of henchmen came out to find him. Young Master Luo, why are you standing here? Shangzhang Rong saw Luo Hao standing at the door motionless and approached. Hearing the voice from behind, Luo Hao suddenly turned around, his dazed eyes burning with intense fire, to the chubby Shangzhang Rong. Luo Hao saw him as an unknown beautiful woman. Even the words he just heard transformed in his ears. Brother Do, come quickly! Shangzhang Rong was momentarily stunned by the look in Luo Hao's eyes, a wave of dread rising in his heart. Before he could react, his eyes widened in shock. Luo Hao had stripped off his shirt in no time. Young Master Luo, what are you doing? Let's talk this out first. Can you at least put your pants back on? The next moment, he was tackled to the ground. Pull him off me! Shangzhang Rong shouted in alarm to the others. The henchmen nearby were immediately troubled. After all, it was young Master Luo. They didn't dare intervene. Shangzhang Rong, just bear with it for a bit. What if young Master Luo wants to try something new today? Tomorrow, we might have to call you sister-in-law Shang. Shut up! Shangzhang Rong's face turned furious. Shangzhang Rong used all his strength to push Luo Hao away and fled in panic. Luo Hao quickly got up and chased after him. This scene caused everyone to stop and watch. Some even took photos with their phones. Don't run, pretty lady! Luo Hao drooled as he crazily chased the figure ahead. Meanwhile, Tiu Shanbai suddenly appeared at my doorstep. I've been searching for you for so long. How should I punish you later? The next moment, Tiu Shanbai's graceful figure appeared by my bed. Those eyes filled with countless emotions. Gently watched me as I slept. Even though you have become younger, you are still you, Tiu Shanbai whispered softly. Her snow-white hand gently stroked half of my face. The next moment, she pressed her whole body onto mine. In my sleep, I felt something pressing down on me. Thinking it was Liu Ryan again, I grumbled. Liu Ryan, what do you want now? Who is Liu Ryan? The next moment, a cold voice sounded in my ear. Hearing this, I was stunned. This voice didn't seem right. Startled, I quickly opened my eyes. A familiar face appeared before me. The emotions in Tian Ba's eyes faded, replaced by a cold chill. Who is Liu Ryan? Tian Ba asked again, expressionless. Tian Ba? Seeing her clearly, I broke into a cold sweat. Answer my question. Who is Liu Ryan? The coldness around Tian Ba intensified. The entire room felt like a cold, desolate night.